difficult routine on the parallel bars features an original mount that I think you're going to like. This should be a terrific rotation as we take you back to the Tacoma Dome.
3 rotations to go for the men's gold, silver, and bronze medals in the all-around championships of the Goodwill Games. After 3, Sherba is the leader. Belenke, his teammate, is second, and Chris Waller is hanging on to third. Now we will move for the first time to the parallel bars. And with the explanation of how and what you must do here, again, is Tim.
And this is Chris Waller on the parallel bars. Long swings from handstand to handstand should predominate here. That's called a Stutz and a Diamondov. In slow motion, you'll note how important it is to land right in that handstand. And he does it about as well as it can be done.
If Lance Ringgold has a chance here, Tim, for this, he's got to perform well in this, one of his best events.
Yeah, this is a strong event, and he started very well. Nice giant swing into the middle. Here comes his major skill. It's a front uprise to a 1 3/4 front. Just barely gets his arms on, but works out of it very smoothly. A little bit of a hop in that handstand. Now, of course, the all-important dismount and the stick.
He did it.
And he does it. The best job so far for Lance this evening.
He needed it. Chris Waller's ahead of him. Sylvia Cole of East Germany is making a run for the bronze also.
Now let's watch this mount here. This is Lance's own trick, actually called a Maltese on the parallel bars. Now he'll go from the end of the bars, giant down, and travel right into the middle. Let's take a look at this 1 3/4 front. Just throws his arms out to the side.
Good score, 9-8-0 for Lance Ringgold, and that puts him right back in the hunt for the bronze.
One thing these gymnasts are not used to is the format of this competition. Unlike Olympic and World Championship competition, where the women and men alternate days of competition, the guys are competing 3 days in a row. So I think some of the mistakes we're seeing, even though we're seeing fantastic routines from some of those mistakes are fatigue errors, I'm sure. Hopefully the gymnasts will hold up and we'll see a great all-around competition. Back to you, Jim.
Here's Silvio Kroll, and he starts out just tenths of a point behind Ringwald.
Silvio starts with a very difficult mount. That's a peach with a half turn, another D-rated skill.
Someone's going to say, what is a D-rated skill?
Well, D-rated means it's the most difficult. We have A, B, C's, and D's in the sport of gymnastics. A being the easiest, D, of course, the most difficult. His dismount, another double pike, and just a little bit of a hop on the landing there. A great routine, but not quite on the level of a Belenke. Well, this is certainly going to keep Kroll in that race for the bronze medal. He has been world champion, as a matter of fact, in 1985 in Montreal. He was the champion of the world on this event.
Two rotations to go. Nothing has changed at the very top. Sherba and Belenke. Kroll is in third. Ringgold and Waller 4-5. And here comes Lee of China. Silver and bronze. The Soviets are at the top. We will see here the parallel bars again and the high bar. There are the standings. The real race, of course, is for the bronze. And in the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth positions, they're all in good shape to take that bronze medal. But Tim Daggett, the high bar. This will be the first time that we've seen that in this all-around competition.
Well, our demonstrator on high bar, one of the best, Trent Demas, shows us two beautiful release skills. The top gymnasts in the world are showing 2, 3, sometimes even 4 major releases. And you got to do this too. A big dismount, triple back somersault, and stick it.
Brent is not in this all-around championship, but Lance Ringnauld is, and fighting for a bronze, and this is one of Lance's best events.
He is so spectacular on this event. One of the most difficult routines being done in the world is done by this guy, and it all starts right here. Kovacs over the bar. He's got it. Followed by 2 releases. Tkachev right into a Ginger. Oh, he is right on. Lance in the past has watered down in the key situations. Right at crunch time, he's decided to take out some releases. He didn't today, and that should help. He's got a big dismount, a double twisting, double layout. Whoa, and a great landing. Just a small stop. Step on the landing, but wow, that was jam-packed.
It was the high bar that propelled the Americans into a silver in the team, and it could be the high bar that puts Ringnauld right in the race to the bronze.
Well, that routine, it just has everything in there. Phenomenal job by Lance. Let's take a look at his first release. That's a Kovacs, 2 flips over the bar, right into 2 more. Watch this. This is a reverse hex, right into a Ginger. Now that is good work. Let's take a look at just what happens on these releases. How you grab the bar. There's his reverse hex right out of frame. Hands have to go right around that bar, followed by another release. This is a Ginger, and he's got it.
A 9-8 for Lance Ringnauld, and some here thought he did better than that.
Yeah, that is a little bit disappointing. I think they could have gone a little bit higher than that. Look at that, 2 flips, 2 twists, and just a small little hop on the landing.
Sometimes when you're nervous, you pull a good shine on it. I'm glad you did that.
And here is Silvio Kroll. Remember, he is in 3rd place as we started rotation number 5, and Ringnauld and Waller in pursuit.
Now, I don't want to jinx Silvio, but I can't tell you how many times in all-round finals I've seen this guy fly off the bar. He is so aggressive. Here's his first release. It's a one-arm Ginger way in the air. Whoa!
And that's exactly what happened. And ladies and gentlemen, this is not voiceover. This is not after the fact. Tim Daggett called that before it happened.
Boy, you know, I hated to say that, but so many times in the critical crunch time, I've seen Silvio just barely miss the bar. He always gets his hands on the bar, but just hold on.
And
That's
maybe
really
that
a shame.
ankle of Ringnauld is feeling a little bit better even now as he saw that.
I'm sure it's feeling much better. We'll see if Silvio can put it back together somewhat. He's got a dismount here, a 1.5 twisting double front. And a good landing, but unfortunately, coming off the bar like that, that is a minimum of a 0.5 point deduction, half a point, and there is no way that he can win a medal at this point. He's taken himself right out of the competition.
And Chris Waller still remains to go on the parallel bars, so hang in here, folks.
Now watch this. This is a one-arm Ginger. He lets go just a little bit too early, and oh boy, does he ever stretch. He just can't get his hands on the bar. This will give us a perfect view here. Watch, just doesn't quite get enough of his hand on that bar. And let me tell you, I have taken that fall many a time in my career. And on that 8-inch mat out there, you take quite a shot.
5 of the 6 rotations are over, and barring the incredible Sherba of the USSR will finish first. Belenki will get the silver, but look at the difference between 3, 4, and 5. Ringnauld, Kroll, and Guo, they are just tenths of a point away from each other in the race for the bronze medal. Final rotation of the all-around championships for the gold, silver, and bronze. The Soviets have the gold and silver locked up, barring the incredible. But as we said before, take a look at the 3, 4, 5 standings. And it is on the floor exercise that Lance Ringnauld will either win or lose the bronze for the United States. And, Tim, he will be the last to go on the floor X, which is a very difficult for many people, but Lance does quite well in it.
Now watch this. This is the exception. Remember, not the rule. Valery Lukin doing a triple back somersault a couple years ago, thought to be impossible.
And it is on floor exercise that Silvio Kroll in your picture now, currently in 4th. Guo, who has a chance for the bronze, and Ringnauld, who will be last. All will decide whether or not who it is is going to get the bronze. Not forgetting, of course, Chris Waller on the high bar. But here's Kroll in contention for bronze.
Dismount, very original. It's a double side somersault. Does it in the tuck position. I believe he's the only gymnast in the world using that mount now. A full in, back out, and that's it right there. Put his hands down. He is all the way out of this competition. You know, really a shame because he started out so well, and you kind of want to see the guy, you know, this is maybe his last hurrah before Barcelona, and his last hurrah certainly representing his own country, East Germany, and he's not going to come home a medalist in the all-around.
And he made his mistakes in the final 2 rotations, falling in the high bar and now putting his hands down in the floor exercise.
Yeah, that was unusual for Kroll because he actually did a very difficult second pass. He doesn't usually do that. But a beautiful double back finish. Another big step on the landing, but it's all trivial at that point because he knows, as well as do the judges, his coach, everybody knows that he's out of the race.
Here is Chris Waller on the high bar. And to hold on to third, he needs a 9.65. Silvio Kroll had a 9.40, and some thought even that was high for his performance. But Chris Waller on the line with a chance here for a bronze, but needs to hit this.
This is one of Chris's best events. He starts out with a very nice one-arm combination. Right there. Now he's setting up for his release combination. Here's a Tkachev with his legs together. Okay so far. Second release combination. Reverse hex right into a Ginger. Beautiful. Well, this is make or break right here for Chris Waller. No problems thus far. But the ever important stuck dismount, he's doing a double twisting double, 2 flips, 2 twists. Little hop. A little bit of a hop on the landing. You know, you gotta stick to dismount when you're in his situation right now. Yeah, it was a great routine. He did a lot of nice, interesting combinations, good releases, but you gotta stick to landing.
9.65, remember, is what he needs to hang in there in the race for third place with Lance Ringwald right behind.
Let's watch this release skill. That's a Tkachev or a reverse hex with his legs together. Now he goes into his release combination. He'll do a reverse hex right into a Ginger, way up in the air, and perfect distance. Let's take a look from this vantage point. There's his first one. No problem thus far. Now here's the combination. He does one release, followed by another. Very difficult. However, the only deduction in the routine right here, that hop, and that's going to cost him.
And the score, a 9.8. A 9.8 for Chris Waller.
A great score for Chris, but, you know, if he had stuck to dismount, he'd have been looking at a 9.9. So that's a big mistake.
Lance Ringwald, it is all in his hands now for the bronze medal.
This is
9-4.
make or break for Lance Ringwald. Yep. Yesterday he had a major problem in the team competition.
He was 9.05, and as we said, 9.4 will take it for him.
1.5 twisting, 1 and 3. Great start. You also see that Lance's ankles, both of them are taped. As we heard earlier, he has had a little bit of a problem with them. And as we mentioned, it was this pass right here where Lance fell out of bounds yesterday. Double full, punch front.
Up today.
No problem there at all. Well, things are going very smoothly at this point.
You told Kathy Johnson, all I need to do is concentrate. I've gone through 5 rotations to get to this spot.
One more pass, a double back somersault, and it's his. Double back, and a great landing.
Seen a bronze performance there. The
You got
United
it.
States continues to do well. The Soviets dominate. but the USA is right behind.
Great job for Lance. You know, I can't remember the last time I saw him go through a complete competition without a major break, and this right here does it for him. This is the pass that he had a problem on yesterday. Went out of bounds and sat down. A double full to a punch.